That means we are ready to go, whether you are ready or not. So we're going to get started. I got a crying baby who just jammed her fingers in between the door, but that's okay. We're going to push through it. She's going to push through it. She'll be fine. We will be fine. So today's workout, we're going to try to loosen everything up at first here. So the first 5, 10, 15 minutes is going to be focused on stretching, a little bit of yoga, and then some body weight strength as well. So by the end of it, we're going to move through some push-ups, some squats, some sit-ups. But we're going to get started down into a child's pose to get started here, to loosen ourselves up, like I said. So the first couple of minutes are going to be very basic, very slow, but with the idea and the mentality that throughout this progression of our warm-up, we are going to get a lot of body weight strength in by way of push-ups, by way of squats, by way of full body crunches or anchored sit-ups if you'd rather do it that way. But right now, like I said, we are finding our way down to our child's pose, and we are looking to focus deep on our breathing here to get ourselves started, to get ourselves grounded down into the earth, to get ourselves centered and focused around what we want to accomplish over this next 45 minutes, which is just seeing where we are currently right now, accepting that for whatever it may be, and then looking to become 45-minute better version of ourselves throughout this entire workout. This first time in that child's pose, I want you to stay deep into it for about 5 breaths. So if you got down there when I told you to get down there, you're probably at that 3rd or 4th breath by now anyways. But listen to this cue for this last one. I want your knees as wide as that mat is. I want your arms stretched out in front of you. I want the crown of your head down onto that mat. And I want you to take one last big deep inhale for a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our inhale. Hold that breath. And on that exhale, I want you to take that same 4 seconds to let all that out of the mouth the same way that it came in, slow and steady. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then as we do that, I want you to come forward through a baby upward facing dog. 5 breaths in that child's pose. We want to match that same time with that same energy and effort into our upward facing dog. This upward facing dog, my knees are down on the mat, my hips are down towards the mat, but I try to get my upper body up and away from that mat as much as I can. Lengthening the body from the hips right through my shoulders, in through the nose, out through the mouth, your own pace of breathing right now. Staying neutral through this upward facing dog. 5 breaths in that child's pose. Let's call it 1 more breath here in this upward facing dog. And then let's flip over onto the balls of the feet and come back to a downward facing dog now. The cue for this downward facing dog is I want those hips to be the highest point of the body. I want to allow myself to shift my body weight back towards my heels, take the pressure off my shoulders, and bring all my attention to my breathing once again for 5 good breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth, inhaling all that positive energy, exhaling anything negative that you have going on between the ears. Let it all out through a nice audible exhale. Nobody can hear you but you. So let yourself breathe out that negative energy. Keep all that positive energy in. And let's drop down and land to that child's pose for a second time now. That child's pose, once again, knees are wide, hips are back, arms are extended out in front of us, and it's a comfortable, still position. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 1 more breath in there. And then come up through a neutral tabletop position. Just a couple of cat-cows here. I want to come through 5 breaths in our cow. My inhale is when I drop that pelvis and look forward. My exhale is when I round that back and look down between my legs. Inhale, drop that pelvis. Exhale, round that back. On that 5th breath, we are ready to come through our first round of push-ups, our first strength movement of the day. I want you to take as long as it may take you to get 20 good reps done for our push-ups. Going from your feet if you can, at least to start. Going from your knees when you need to. But it's 20 good push-ups, and it starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go for 20. 20 good ones, no matter how long it takes you to get there. If you need a pause, you pause, and then you get back to it. When you get to that 20th rep, I want you to land back down into that child's pose and welcome that recovery once again. Stillness in our recovery. Take your time to get there. If you're not quite done with those push-ups yet, that's okay, but get all 20 of them in. We want to practice our resiliency early in this workout. From that child's pose, come forward to that baby upward facing dog once again. Yoga is bending one way, then bending the other. Yoga is focusing on your breathing. Yoga is moving the body to move the mind. Yoga is whatever you need it to be, but we are finding stillness in our yoga and our practice right now. Inhale in this upward facing dog. Exhale, push back to that downward facing dog. And find that stillness for the first breath or two here. Hips are high. It's that inverted V that we're looking for. But instead of that stillness now, start to walk that dog in place a little bit. Bend the right knee as that left heel approaches the ground. Then same thing on that other side. Back and forth we go. Feeling that stretch through that calf and Achilles. As of now, we've been walking that dog in place, but now I want you to start to inch your feet up towards your hands until you're able to land into a ragdoll position here. We are hinged at the hips, completely letting go of all tension through the upper body. Let the arms just hang. Taking about 5 breaths here in this folded forward position. Thinking about whatever you are right now. If it's negative, allow it to be there for a second. And try to exhale it out of your energy here. Inhale, come halfway up. Hands just right onto the knees. Exhale, fold forward. Let's try that for 5 times now. Inhale, come halfway up. Hands onto those knees, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. 3 more times, your own count, your own pace. On our next inhale, allow yourself to roll all the way up to standing and come to a baby back bend here at the top. My palms are facing forward. My heart is open. I'm feeling that good stretch through those shoulders, those pecs, that back as well. The hips are far forward. Inhale, exhale, root to reach. Sweep those feet. Come to that flat back. That is the progression that I want to see from this standing position now. We are loosening up the legs as we come down, loosening up the shoulders at the top of this movement. Your own pace, come through it 5 times, and feel free to exaggerate any part of this motion that you are getting more out of. When you get to that 5th rep, I want you to land into that wide open, heart open stretch at the top. If you lost count, come through 1 more rep here, and then meet me at the top. Inhale, exhale. Let those arms come down by the side. Feet are shoulder width apart, maybe mat width apart if you want to be a little bit wider. Arms down by my side. Inhale, exhale, drop the hips back and down. We come down and up for our body weight squats. Your own pace, your own depth, whatever your body is allowing you to do. But it is 20 reps. If you haven't been counting, start counting now. Those first 5 could have been warm-ups for you. But 20 reps is what we're looking for. We are off and running now. Body weight strength, upper body strength by way of the push-ups, lower body strength by way of the squats. When you get to your 20th rep, I want you to make your way down onto your back and just hug your knees up to your chest. Earning that right to make that transition on that 20th rep. We get down there and we find our stillness. We find our stretch as recovery from what we're working on here. Hugging our knees up to our chest, just allowing the weight of our legs to give our lower body a little bit of a reset. But also the weight of our legs are giving the back a little bit of attention here as well. So we found stillness that first breath. Now maybe start to rock side to side. Start to rock top to bottom of that yoga mat before allowing yourself to find that stillness once again.
While we find that stillness here, continue holding the left knee. Let that right leg fall all the way down to the mat. Feel that stretch on this left side, this left hamstring, this left glute. Right leg is down on the mat. The back of that right hamstring is pressed down into the mat to lengthen the top side, the right side of this body as well. Release that left leg. Bring that right leg up and apply that same pressure that we did to that other side to this side now. Good. Bring both legs down. You can have your left leg bent now, foot is flat. That right leg, just a hamstring swing, looking for about 8 to 10 reps on this right side. We already got our first set of squats in, so those legs are already starting to loosen up. We already got the WD-40 into those hips, into those hamstrings, into those quads a little bit. But a little bit more attention to these hamstrings now, getting us ready for more action, more movement throughout this workout. Let that right leg land down, same movement on that other side, nice and easy through those first couple of reps. It's a straight leg hamstring swing and you are listening to your own body right now. Practicing some gratitude for your body, what it's allowing you to do right now. No matter what limitations you may have, no matter what modifications you need to make, still just want to be grateful for what we have, able to be here right now, able to make the most of this workout. Third body weight movement that we're looking for over the course of this warm-up is going to be our full body crunches. Now you can do this one of 3 ways. A flat back crunch right here. Elbows meeting the knees over the midsection. Balancing on your butt for a full body crunch here. Or if you have the opportunity, you could anchor your feet under a couch and come all the way down and all the way up for full body crunches or anchored sit-ups. Either way, I want you to try to get 20 reps in. If you haven't started yet, start now. It's 20 reps, and it's all focusing on that core, on that midsection. Let's get to it. When you get to 20, you earn that right to get back to that child's pose. But we got to get all 20 reps in here. Body weight strength by way of push-ups, by way of squats, and by way of full body crunches or anchored sit-ups, earning our right to get back to our child's pose and back to our stillness in that child's pose. If you're not there yet, finish it up strong. Those full body crunches are the third and final of our 3 exercises to this warm-up. Child's pose is where we come for our recovery. Inhale in this child's pose. Exhale, let's stay here. Walk both hands to the left side of your yoga mat and stay into that child's pose. Feeling that good stretch through the right side of the back. Maybe that right hip flexor. Maybe that left hip is getting a little bit of tension. Just paying attention to where you feel it. See if it's same on the other side. We walk those hands to the other side of that yoga mat. We find that stillness on this side here. Breathe in through our positions. Back to neutral we go. Inhale, exhale, come to that baby upward facing dog. See how those hips are feeling after that set of squats, that set of those sit-ups. Might feel good in this upward facing dog now, so let's stay here for 3 more breaths. First one brings our eyes over our left shoulder to feel that right hip lengthen. Next breath, inhale, exhale, looks over that right shoulder, feeling that left hip lengthen. Back to neutral for that third and final breath. And let's find that tabletop position once again here. Tabletop position, like we were for our cat-cows earlier, but now it's just that neutral neck tabletop. My hands are right under my shoulders, my knees are right under my hips. Shifting my body weight to the left side slightly as I turn and twist that right arm up towards the sky, and then sweep the ground at the bottom to give myself that pat on the back, that practice of gratitude, that practice of acknowledging that it took some effort to show up here today. Whether you're here live with me now, midway through the week, midway through the month, or whether you're doing this workout recorded later, we're all here together right now. We're looking for about 10 or 12 reps on this right side
before we switch sides back to that other side. Left side comes up and open at the top, and then twist down. Give yourself that pat on the back. Good. Find your way back to that child's pose. Just one breath in this child's pose, and we are ready to get back to our push-ups. Set number 1 was 20 reps. Set number 2 is 15 reps. No matter how long it takes you to get there, we start together in 3, 2, 1. 15 reps. Let's go. On 15, child's pose, recovery, but earn that breath there by getting each and every one of those push-ups done. Taking a full breath or 2 or 3, depending how long it took you to get here. But we're in that child's pose together. And in that child's pose, one more big deep inhale. Exhale, flow forward to that baby, upward facing dog. Stillness here now. Inhale, exhale, push back to that downward facing dog. Right away, we start to walk that dog in place, but feel free to stay on one side if that calf or Achilles or hamstring is feeling tighter than the other. So feel free to find some stillness on one side, then the other. Then pedal that dog in place before walking those feet up to the hands and landing halfway up into that flat back position. Hands on my shins, hands on my knees. Back is flat, neck is neutral. Inhale, exhale, fold forward before coming all the way up to that baby back bend here at the top. Inhale, exhale, root to reach, sweep those feet, and from here now we step back to a high plank. It's a slow moving chaturanga here. From a high plank, I inch forward, drop down towards the ground into that low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 4 or 6 steps, we walk our feet back up to standing and land into that flat back. That's that slow moving chaturanga that I want to see. We're going to come through it 3 more times. This is where we start. This is where we finish. So first, we fold forward before coming all the way up to that baby back bend. Inhale, exhale, root to reach, sweep those feet, flat back, step back to that high plank. High to low, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Walk, step, or feel free to float those feet up to standing. Inhale, flat back. 1 more time through it. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale all the way up, baby back bend. Exhale, root to reach. Sweep those feet, flat back. Step back or jump back to that high plank. High to low, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Walk, step, or float those feet up to standing. And right from here, we start our second set of those squats. 15 reps. Bodyweight squats. Let those arms do what they may. Mine are swinging forward as I come down. You can have your arms crossed if you want. Let the arms do what they want. But keep that focus on that form. 15 reps of our squats. When you get there, you earn that right to get back down on your back and find that stillness, find that recovery. $15 is good. Stillness in our recovery. Flat back. Hug the knees up to the chest. You decide where you want to be now. Maybe you hold one leg, let that other leg fall down. Maybe you let the legs collapse to one side. Find a little spinal twist here. We got about 45 seconds flat here on our back for you to do what your body needs. Now that could just be a corpse pose for you if you want it to be. Let that body be long. Maybe a couple of pelvic tilts. Inhale, let the belly rise. Exhale, let that lower back come down into the mat.
But either way, we are recovering. We get that breathing all the way under control. We went from 20 push-ups to 15 push-ups, 20 squats to 15 squats, 20 sit-ups to 15 sit-ups. Whatever version you did that first set, you're doing it this one. Ready, set, let's go for 15 reps. On 15, we make our way to that child's pose. Child's pose, we are here briefly. Inhale in that child's pose. Exhale, come forward to that baby upward facing dog. We went from 20 reps to 15 reps. 10 is our number. We get ready for our push-ups and we come right through it. 10 good push-ups together. We start it up in 3, 2, 1. Let's go for 10. 8, 9, 10. Land into that child's pose. Only our inhale in this child's pose. Exhale, flow forward to that baby, upward facing dog. Inhale, push back to that downward facing dog. Exhale, walk those feet up to the hands. Inhale, come halfway up to that flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to that baby back bend. Exhale, right through our squats. 10 reps, 3, 2, 1. Let's go for 10. Tail end of this warm up on that 10 squat. We are down for our sit-ups. 10 reps of them. Whatever pace, whatever form you use in those first 2 sets, we use them now for 10. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. On 10, we make our way over. That gets us to 45 push-ups, 45 squats, 45 sit-ups. We close this out to make it an even 50 of all 3. We start with our push-ups for 5 in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Up to standing. Last 5 squats. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 50 squats. Last 5. On our sit-ups. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 50 push-ups, 50 squats, 50 sit-ups.
So our first one is a chest press, and we're going to go into a bridge, holding the bridge as we do the chest press. Then the third one is going to be bridges with the weight on our hips. And then starting with that first plank of the day, a high plank. Okay? Everybody got it? No, we're too excited. On our backs. Let's push out into a bridge. And here we go. Hold that bridge. Really get those hips up high. Pushing through those heels. Excellent. Come on down. Bring that weight onto your hip. Here we go. Up and down. Really pushing up through those heels. Working those glutes. Excellent. weight down. Let's roll on over for our first plank of the day, holding it, high plank. Make sure our butts are not up. Go forward a little bit more on your shoulders if you need to, so your butt doesn't creep up. Breathing in and out. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Let's roll over onto our backs. Push up into a bridge. And here we go with set number 2. Really getting those hips up high. Do not let them sink. You got this. Excellent. Weights down. Weight on your hips. There we go. Push it up through our heels and come down. Push it way up and come down. Tap and bring it up. Excellent. Here we go. Roll over for that high plank and go. We got this. Good job, good job. Almost there, guys. Let's get those butts down. Breathing. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Roll over. That's set number 3. Almost there. Push it up. Hold it up. And go. Excellent. Weights down. Here we go. Weights on your hip and push up and down. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let's put that weight down, roll over. Here we go. And go. High plank, we got this, guys. Set number 3, almost done. You got this, make sure your butts are down. You got it, you got it. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Grab a drink. We are going to stand it on up. We're mixing things up a little bit today. We are going to do jumping jacks, high knees, and burpees. Just 1 set. We're going to break the sets up throughout the whole workout. Few things we're going to do without the timer. We want to St. Patrick's Day, right? So we're running through some 17 reps instead of, and today is Brenna's 18th birthday, so we went through some 18 reps instead of. All right, so here we go, jumping jacks. Let's get it moving, get that heart rate up. We got this. 20 seconds, that's it. Yeah. Sorry. And stop. Good. You can always start. We arms up and march to work your core like this. And go.
Yeah. All right, child's pose. So right in the middle of the mat, right? So we get the ground to the ground, right? And then use that for the head, for the body, for the breath, for the spirit, for the day. So come on down, slide those hands way out, hips are back. And breathe, something we always have to do. So we take full advantage of it. And what we focus on grows. So really fill up those lungs. And exhale, get heavy on the mat. Another breath. Good, come forward, baby, up dog. We're dropping the hips here, big time, right? Fire up those arms, a little bend in the elbows, index fingers are lined up at the side edge of the mat. Here we go, let's look over the right shoulder, over the left. Oh, a little tight there. Mike, did I say that out loud? The people, anyone talk to themselves out loud? Yeah, sometimes, thank you. Good, back with the hips again, child's pose. Second time sweetness, right? So that's what we're looking for. Looking for the good. We find what we look for. Good, come forward. And now look up too. Power of drishti, right? Vision, focus. That's what we're working on here, is harnessing our focus, our attention, putting it on physical. Let's go to high plank. So putting it on the physical, adding some stress, creating mental stress, handling that perfectly. Oh, well, good anyways. Good, back to downward dog. Push back. Yeah, feel that nice stretch. They call it the posterior chain, the rear chain of the body, top of the hand, up to the hips, hips to the heels, lift the heels up and down a few times. Walk in place. And lean into one side, then the other. Good, we're gonna lift that right leg straight up, high and back, toe down. And now open it up, bend it 90 degrees, stack it on top of the other leg. And that's it. Good breathing. Good, right leg down, left leg up. Open it up. That's it, yes. Good for us, starting the day, starting the week. With the right stuff. Good, left leg down. Let's walk the hands to the right. Get that left foot forward for a lizard. Get that back knee back a bit too, so you really feel it. Come on to the knife edge of this front foot. That's it. Take a couple of breaths in each posture. Oh yeah, good. Let's come to a half split. So that's like this, right here. Yeah, as best you can. Maybe you got to put the hand here. So feel that right here. Good. This foot flat on the toes on this one. Curl the toes under on that right leg. Now come up and push. Get that arm way back. Lean into the center a little bit. Good. Let's switch sides. So this first one's called the lizard. Yeah. That's it. And if we notice, we're a little tighter somewhere here, we just take note of it. So we practice naming and notice. Tightness, note it. We can work on it with our own workouts, our own stretching. I like to lean into this back hip here. Come onto the knife edge of that front foot. Yeah. Let's get the half split. Here we go. And breathe. Keep bringing our thoughts back to what we're doing. Even if we don't need a lot of focus and attention right in this moment, it's practice for later moments. Good, let's go to the quad stretch. I'm reading this book, Chatter, about talking to yourself. Fantastic. Makes me feel a little more normal. And there's a reason to buy it right there. All right, up and in, I can feel this side here. I'll take note of it. Okay, we're gonna go to a frog, right? So we're gonna go just like this, really wide, 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 and come rock back and forth 3 or 4 times. and then find the congested spot, right? Our body gets congested just like our cardiovascular system. And that's what tightness is. Yes. All right. We're going to get on our backs, feet towards me. One of the things he talks about is distancing as far as when you got a lot of chatter. Chatter's the bad stuff. So here we are here, soles of the feet together, knees to the side, feel go of the arm. And so what distancing is being that fly in the wall or that bystander, that zoomed out perspective. And another tip is using second person you or your name even when the going gets tough. Say, come on, Tom, you got this, let's go. Time to get up out of bed. All right, good, legs straight. Hug the right knee to the chest. Good, let's bring it across for a little twist. And that right arm is going up to the ceiling first, going back to the rear 45. So think about this. The bottom of the spine is twisting one way, the top is twisting another. So during the workout, for the switch, notice your self-talk. Hug the knee to the chest. And a good point he makes in the book is we're in the present a third to a half of the time. It's almost impossible to be in it 100%, right? Let's bring it across for the twist. And that if we choose good perspective, looking into the past for the lessons, not the mistakes, looking into the future for the good, the things that you would like to see happen, visualizing them is another great way to harness that inner voice. Good, figure 4 on the other side. So it's called the modified pigeon. I'm going to reach my hand between, greet the other one. I'm going to keep that left knee with the left shoulder. How many people are getting a snow day tomorrow? Because it's switch sides. Nobody, good. We're hardy Bostonians. We get up and at it, usually. Remember those blizzards about 4 or 5 years ago? Even longer, huh? Good, come on up. Sit up, L position. Really reach high. Yeah, I had to be probably 8 years ago, 10 years ago, right? All right, Danny's good with dates, remember that. Good, here we go here. Now, each digit of the hand is an inch, right? So if I'm here, then I'm a -2, -3. Measure where you are to get where you want to go. And pull the stomach in. That's it. Yes, okay, over on